And now it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, rock cod Rick Maxa, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Royal Polaris, the world's finest long-range sports fisher. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock God Rick Maxa.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray. Rock God Rick Maxa is out of town today, but we're live at Encinitas Ford, corner of Encinitas Boulevard and El Camino Real in Encinitas. It's a beautiful day for a live broadcast, and we have Captain Mark Wheeler, who is not only the captain of his own boat, but he's the captain of Encinitas Ford right here in our remote studio, along with Ken Corwin, the reel wizard from Ken's Custom Reels in Oceanside. Going to have a great show. Great group of people already gathered, so come on down, win some incredible prizes, and join us here at Encinitas Ford, corner of Encinitas Boulevard and El Camino Real on the mighty 1090. Spring fishing is finally here. Will it be another banner season? Will it even be better than last year? Will it cool off? Who knows? Fishing is one thing that's impossible to predict. But when it comes to trucks, it's easy to predict who's going to be number one. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for the last 40 years in a row. Today's Ford trucks combine legendary toughness and state-of-the-art technology, giving you the best of both worlds. That's called being California smart. Ford has put it all together with the F-150 STX package. These trucks are nicely equipped with an EcoBoost engine, hands-free system controls, a reverse-sensing camera, 20-inch wheels, and a lot more. All at a price you're going to love. Now, I can't always predict what the fish are going to do, but I can predict that Ford is going to be on the top once again with trucks like the 2017 F-150 STX package. It's California smart. Stop by your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up. This is Pete Gray to tell you about one of my favorite places to fish in the world. It's Whalers Cove Lodge in Angoon, Alaska. For several years now, we've been hosting groups at Whalers Cove, and this is certainly one trip I do not miss. Each year, the Powers family makes great improvements to the lodge that make this great lodge even better. New rooms, new boats, new fish processing facilities, new outdoor kitchen. The list goes on and on. As for fishing, the calm waters around Whalers Cove are 100 miles from any large town, so you will enjoy wilderness adventure without the crowds. Whalers Cove Lodge has some of the best salt and freshwater fishing in Alaska, and there's no need for a bumpy boat ride for hours. You can find productive fishing for salmon, halibut, and rockfish just 10 minutes from the lodge. Here's the deal. The word is out on Whalers Cove, so you want to go? Book soon. WhalersCoveLodge.com or call 800-423-3123. WhalersCoveLodge.com for the Alaska fishing experience of a lifetime.
Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com. Bluefin tuna are here, and now is the time to take advantage of this amazing bite. The hot jig last year and this season is the Shimano Butterfly Flat Fall Jig. It's a totally new concept of butterfly jigging, but deadly effective. Best part, it's very simple to fish, the Shimano Flat Fall. Drop the jig down to where the fish are holding, then crank it up 30 feet and then free spool. Or cast the jig and let it fall while in free spool. Wait for the bite, then put it in gear and wind. It's that easy. The Shimano Flat Fall is a center balanced jig and falls with a wobbling action in a horizontal position, making it irresistible to big bluefin tuna. Hundreds of big fish have been caught on the Flat Fall, ranging in size from the 130 gram to the 250 gram. They're back in stock now at your local Shimano Shimano dealer. So get yours now and go catch a fish of a lifetime on the Shimano Butterfly Flatball Jig. See your local dealer or check Shimano.com for all the details.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here, along with Captain Mark Wheeler from Encinitas Ford. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Pete. It's great to be here.
Oh, man, this place is – you're always the ultimate host for our San Diego County Ford dealers live remote broadcast. The first one, we always do it right here at Encinitas Ford. And what a day. Did you plan this?
Well, how long have we been doing this first?
15 years,
wow.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least. San Diego Ford dealers have been associated with us for 22 years now.
That's amazing.
Which is pretty awesome.
And we're glad to support Let's Talk Hookup and all the anglers out there, both through the Ford Dealers Association and Encinitas Ford, which you did say was located at the corner of Encinitas Boulevard and El Camino Real, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And you can look for the Mighty 1090 van and the Mighty 1090 tent right on the corner of Encinitas Boulevard. That's the easy way to find it, along with a whole bunch of Ford vehicles lined up out here, right? Pretty easy to find.
We welcome everyone to come down. We're going to have a great day today.
Yeah, and you've got some amazing incentives since Memorial Day weekend's next weekend. They're already kicking it out, aren't they?
We do. We're going to talk about it in a little bit, but just as a little teaser, we have 0 drive-off leases. That means you don't pay a down payment, you don't pay the first payment, you just pay the license, and you can drive a brand new Fusion SE with a tech package or a new Escape with the 2.5 liters or the 1.5 liter EcoBoost, and they're $199 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, a month.
Wow.
No
drive off.
0.
Right. Other than you just pay the license.
That's right, and that's one of our specials that comes on next weekend for the Memorial Day weekend. And it's the interesting thing, when you talk about the tackle deals and all the other stuff going on, when you get the retailer and the manufacturer swinging hard, which we are, that's where we can come up with that $199 for a very limited time only. So I encourage your listeners to pay attention and get down here while we got good selection. We're actually like previewing the inventory and reserving inventory now, so they'll all be set to go for the big sell-a-thon starting on Friday.
What's the advantage of leasing versus buying when it's that good a rate?
Well, the advantage is it's $199 a month.
Yeah.
But a lease, a lease structured properly is actually better than a purchase in many cases, and we have to get into the customer's needs. But I lease a car for my wife and have for 15, 18 years, because it costs me less money to lease it for her than it does to buy it.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, we don't have to pay Jerry any money when we release, right?
Oh, you mean our buddy in Sacramento?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't. You don't have to pay
any
sales tax on the vehicle. You pay sales tax on the payment.
Okay.
So in the case of the $199 payment, it's $12. It's $15 a month instead of a whole bunch of money on the purchase price.
So somebody that doesn't drive a lot like me, a lease may make a lot of sense.
Well, does that count driving your boat?
Well,
no, I mean in a car.
I'm talking about road tax.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
It makes an awful lot of sense for a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, for a lot of people. Interesting. We have to investigate that for sure. There also is a little Let's Talk Hookup incentive that you're going to throw out there for our listeners this week.
We have a special incentive just for your listeners. And do you want me to drop that now?
Well, go for it.
Should I?
Yeah,
okay. So we have we've been doing this with Pete for an awful long time, and we really appreciate the angling community supporting the Ford product, but more specifically Encinitas Ford. And so for our sell-a-thon, starting today for the Let's Talk Hookup listeners, come in, get the car you want, the deal you need. Everything's going to be up front. And then just tell us that you listen to Let's Talk Hookup, and we're going to provide a maintenance package through Ford ESP that will cover your maintenance. It's a limited maintenance package for 3 years and 36,000 miles on any new vehicle. So that's just
free.
For Let's Talk Hookup listeners. It's not published. It's not printed. You walk in. After you get done, and your salesman's telling you how to run all these wonderful features on the cars and hooking up your phone. Say, hey, I listened to Let's Talk Hookup, and I want that 3 years of maintenance, please. It's all yours, and it's just for Let's Talk Hookup listeners.
Does that include the incredible deal on the lease?
Yeah. Oh,
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you could drive off on $199 and not have to basically pay anything but that $199 plus $12 or whatever the tax
to
is.
Jerry.
To Jerry.
Yeah.
For 3 years.
Yeah.
All the maintenance is included.
Right.
Wow. That's a good deal.
Yeah. It's not a good deal. It's an unbelievable
it's
deal.
unbelievable.
They're $25,000 and $28,000 stickers, right? The MSRP on the vehicle.
Is it a 3-year lease?
It's 3-year lease. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gee.
Yeah.
Maybe we better drive a new car home.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Ken Corwin's here, too, at Encinitas Ford. Good morning, Ken.
Morning, everyone.
What's going on in the Oceanside Harbor at Ken's Custom Reels?
We are trying to keep up on reel service and repair. We are stacked up. It's crazy. The fish showed up early this year, bluefin in April, even in March, and so everybody is trying to get their gear ready to go, and it all seems to be in our shop. So,
wow. Yeah.
It's very good.
And it always happens every year. You're busy at Fred Hall, and then everybody kind of goes away, and then all of a sudden they suddenly realize fish are coming or fish are here. I better get this thing serviced.
Yeah, the Fred Hall shows are great. We love doing them. We take in a ton of work at those shows. We're not getting anything done in the month of March other than the shows. So everything we take in, the fact that we're not there in March, and it stacks up. So we're 5 weeks out at the moment.
So if you bring a reel in today,
you get it back on the 24th of June.
24th of June. You already have the date.
Oh, yeah.
How do you get it all done? Wes is a busy guy.
It's fun to watch Wes. His approach to this, it's still one reel at a time. It doesn't matter we look at the shelves and how many reels are sitting there to be done, but Wes just takes the next one, takes care of it, on to the next one.
Right?
Yep, and he's the best in the world, so we got that going for us.
People that own tackle companies bring their reels to Wes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. That's how good he is.
Well, I brought my reel into Ken's Custom Reels, and he fixed it, but there's something wrong with it. It didn't catch enough fish.
Oh. It will.
He didn't.
It will.
He didn't bless it with the fish guy.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, for sure. So you're located in Oceanside Harbor,
right next to the Oceanside Broiler.
Okay.
It used to be called Monterey Bay, but now it's
called Oceanside Broiler.
So it's the first thing you see if you turn to the right as you come into the harbor. That's where you are.
Right there, and you have tackle in there too, right?
Oh yeah, we sell Shimano, we sell Accurate, we sell Penn, we sell CalStar rods, we sell Phoenix rods. We have all the tackle that I believe is necessary for our Southern California fishing. We don't have tackle for the sake of tackle, but we have what works.
Saltwater tackle.
Saltwater tackle.
Yeah, right there.
And we build custom rods and rig everything imaginable. If you need something rigged, we do it.
How long have you been there?
Well, my business license is 94, so
wow,
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over 20 years.
Yeah, over 20 years.
Yeah.
And Wes has been doing it that long. So.
Has he really? Yeah.
He was president of the Vista High School Fishing Club when I met him. So wow, that goes back.
Tells you, yeah.
And now he has a 8-month-old son, and his life has changed. So.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But he's still doing the best custom reels.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He just doesn't get any sleep.
Well, here at Encinitas Ford, I'll tell you what, being our first event of the season here, got a great crowd here. Come on out. We're giving away a lot today. Grant Christensen is running the casting contest today, and already have it going in full swing. We have like I said, the crew from the Mighty 1090s here out in front and center, greeting people and saying hi and giving away some great stuff. And we are giving away some phenomenal prizes here at Encinitas Ford. So this is going to be the first chance you get to do the casting contest, which today we're going to give away a Shimano rod, an AFCO Alejos belt, and the custom Engel Let's Talk Hookup mug. Along with that is one of the prizes, as well as a Rapala Williamson lure package that's worth well over $200 for the winners of those. And then, of course, one of those, that one person that goes there is going to be the first qualifier from the casting contest for the big grand prize. And the grand prizes, we don't have just one this year. We have two. two big grand prizes. First of all, the first big grand prize is a trip for one to Cedros Kayak Fishing, that great kayak operation down there from Jeff, and a Hobie Mirage Drive kayak from Fastlane Kayaks in Mission Bay. And the second grand prize is going to be a trip for two to Palmas de Cortez and Baja's East Cape, including 2 days of fishing and round-trip ticket on Alaska Airlines from San Diego to Los Cabos. We want to thank our good buddy Doug and the gang at Alaska Airlines for providing the round-trip airfare for two down there to go to Palmas de Cortez and enjoy your fishing down there. And I'll tell you what, that's not only can you qualify from, of course, the casting contest, and also random draw. So you go see the Cowboy and Tommy P over there. You fill out the coupon, and at the end of the broadcast, for somebody who's present at 9 o'clock, we're going to draw the second qualifier of the day. We're going to have a total of 8 qualifiers over the 4 events, and this is our first event. And the 8 qualifiers will go into the hat. 2 of them will win the grand prizes, and then we have also a trip on the Blackjack as another semi-grand prize there. That's your very own charter on the Blackjack out of Dana Landing in Mission Bay. Then we have Shimano rods and reels, Maui Jim sunglasses. So, and if you qualify, you're winning a big prize. You're winning a very large prize there. And also today, if you step up to the mic, and Tommy P is handing me some things there, step up to the mic, we're going to give away the brand new Byron Bay frame from Maui Jim. It's a brand new pair of Maui Jims. It's got the Marlin frame along with the neutral gray lens and the super thin glass. That's courtesy of Maui Jims. And callers, if you want to join us on the phones, 877-792-1090 or 858-457-1090. We're giving away half-day fishing for two aboard the Daily Double out of Point Loma Sport Fishing. That's going to be a great trip, and it's going to be a good time. So come on down to Encinitas Board. How do you get here, Mark?
Well, GP, you'd come down up or down 5, and we're just 2 miles east of Interstate 5. You can get off at Encinitas Boulevard. If you're coming from the south, get off at Manchester.
Don't get to Manchester today.
Okay, go to Encinitas Boulevard.
Because there's a bike race and an event down there.
Okay.
It might hold you up. It might be a little faster.
Well, you need to get here fast.
Board. Yeah.
So Encinitas Boulevard, get off, go east 1.8 miles or 2 miles. We're on the corner of Encinitas Boulevard and El Camino Real under the big Ford sign.
And where do you park?
There's plenty of parking. Just pull in, service drive, come around to this side where we're at. There's good parking.
And there's parking at the shopping center next door and such like that.
Right.
So just walk on in, walk over here, and come on down and win some prizes. Cowboys got... Did you see the table over there?
Well, we brought prizes, too. Peter.
Yeah. What'd you bring?
We brought 5 Fast Loop certificates that are good on any Ford, Lincoln, Mercury vehicle, including Ford diesels, and those are rather serious oil change for the diesel owners.
Will you change the oil on my boat, too?
No, Pete. No, Pete, we won't do that. Okay. Yeah. I'll drain it for you.
Okay, all right.
And then we'll also have we have full detail shop here, so we also have a certificate for a full detail, and that'll work obviously on any type of vehicle.
Wow.
So,
yeah, that's fantastic. We also have a bunch of Shimano lures to give away, including flat balls. We have some Rapala and Williamson lures to give away. We have Shimano T-shirts, Shimano hats. We have AFCO, lots of AFCO prizes, T-shirts, and all kinds of good stuff over there. You go peruse. Oh, Cal Sheets gift certificates there for your buddy Cal, who's another amazing guy that does fantastic reel repair. Cal does different than you guys, though, right?
Yeah, we work together. He has his part of it, and I have my part of it, and I send him reels constantly.
Yeah,
because he's been in all of my reels. So.
He does. You guys do repairs. He does kind of customizing of reels, right?
And gear ratio changes and all kinds of good stuff, especially for that bigger gear. The bigger fish. Bigger fish.
So you can win a Cal's custom 2-speed $25 gift certificate, along with a lot of other great stuff. They're here at Encinitas Boulevard. Come on down. Casting contest is in full swing. We're giving away a bunch of stuff. Stay tuned. We've got more with Mr. Mark Wheeler and Ken Corwin, Ken's Custom Reels, right here, live at Encinitas Ford at the Mighty Tent Night.
Fisherman's Landing has been the choice of sport fishing anglers for decades, with the largest fleet of long-range boats worldwide, complemented by Southern California's finest charter and open party fleet. Now is the time to book your long-range trips and charters, plus half-day trips aboard the Dolphin. Go to fishermanslanding.com and see trip availability, and even book your trip online. Stop by or call Fisherman's Landing in San Diego and book now at fishermanslanding.com.
You've heard all about it. You know the angler's catching fish habit, so what's holding you back? It's a fact. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. You can get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Martin Island, 365 days a year. FishDope.com is for everyone, whether you have your own boat, fish on your friend's boat, or a sport boat. FishDope.com has online planning tools, moon phase, tides, hot bite icons, and more. So bottom line is, if you don't have FishDope.com, well, you're probably missing a lot of bites. Membership costs less than $50 of gas, and that's for the entire year. That's right, 1 year. What a bargain. Plus, use the special code to save $20 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel. It's big, it's comfortable, and she is beautiful. The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence. Veteran captains Mark Paisano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Captain Jeff Dubois has helped make the Independence a top-notch operation. Call Independence Sport Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check the availability on spring, summer, and fall trips now at IndependenceSportFishing.com. What a tuna and yellowtail season last year. Many say the best in 30 years. Could this season be even better? Don't be caught without the right gear. Now is the time to stock up on the trolling lure that proved to be the best. X-Rap Magnum by Rapala. Every X-Rap Magnum runs perfect right out of the box. They all have extreme action and a controlled, deep-diving, aggressive swimming motion. The large diving lip partners with premium BMC hooks and an irresistible rattle. The X-Rap Magnum by Rapala can be trolled at high speeds without rolling or kicking out at depths to 15 feet. Bottom line, the X-Rap Magnum is the ultimate trolling lure for Southern California and Baja saltwater fishing. With a textured translucent body, internal holographic foil, and 3D holographic eye, X-Rap Magnums are irresistible to saltwater game fish. Available in a variety of colors and sizes. No matter what you choose, the fish can't resist X-Rap Magnum by Rapala. Ask your local tackle dealer which is the hottest color and size and start catching more fish. See the entire line at Rapala.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here. I want to thank our buddy Adam for being in the studio there, manning the controls. You know, Adam also does all our Let's Talk Hookup archives at letstalkhookup.com. If you want to listen to recorded shows, you want to download the podcast on iTunes, it's all there at letstalkhookup.com. And you can download everything. And I want to thank Adam for his hard work in putting all that together and making it possible to put them up as soon as we possibly can so you can listen to recorded segments of the show. Also want to thank our chief engineer, Isaiah, and Dick for being here at Encinitas Ford. And you should be down here. It's a great crowd. You've got coffee.
We've got coffee for everybody.
Cowboys got donuts and cookies. And, I mean, gee. And we got the casting contest. We're giving away a bunch of prizes. This is the place to be on a beautiful morning here, just the weekend before Memorial Day weekend.
The big weekend.
Yeah. So Memorial Day weekend. Okay, we've talked about this before with the San Diego County Ford dealers. There's, I believe, four huge events that Ford does every year.
Right.
One of them being the Memorial Day Sellathon, right?
Correct.
And what's the advantage of buying during the Sellathon?
Well, between the manufacturer, Ford Motor Company, and their incentive pot, which grows exponentially during the Memorial Day weekend, and then the dealers throw in too, right? So we have the impact of both the retailer and the manufacturer coming in with guns blazing. And that's how we can get to these $199 leases and specials that are $1,000 extra on your trade on multiple lines, including the all-new Ford F-150s.
Wow.
So it's huge, right? So you come in and
that new Ford F-150
you just stack another $1,000 on the
trade on top.
So
exactly. The best deal you can get, the manufacturer will give you another $1,000.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we're promoting all of that, including the $199 leases with zero drive off for 3 years. It's just the time, right?
Yeah.
And trade-in values, and that's where we come in as a retailer. Is we're one of the best retailers of used cars in the county. So where's the best place to trade in your car? To the guy who can sell it the best, and that's us, right?
Because you'll give them the most money.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a little tip here. Mark and I have known each other for 30-plus years, and I buy all my cars from Encinitas Ford, and Mark always takes good care of me. And Mark always tells me, buy at the sell-a-thon.
Right.
Because it's not inside dope. This is the real deal.
Well, how long does it take to make $1,200?
Yeah.
Net,
yeah.
or save $1,200 net.
Yeah.
And it's all real money that's on the hoods of these cars and on the hoods of your trade-in. And so if there's ever a time that's going to make sense for you to trade, is right starting Friday. And what we're doing is we're having our preview sale right now, so people can come in and say, gee, I need a red one. I want this on it. I want to do this. We can evaluate the trades and have everything set to go for the big sell-a-thon.
Yeah, for sure. And you get that extra incentive of the 3-year free maintenance for Let's Talk Hookup listeners.
Oh, don't tell any. Oh, no, we're on Let's Talk Hookup.
3 years. Yeah, this is Let's Talk Hookup. Yeah. So, hey, we have Mike here. Good morning, Mike. Thanks for joining us here at Let's Talk Hookup at Encinitas Ford.
Good morning, guys. Good to see you guys.
Great to
Morning,
see you.
Mike.
Good morning, guys. Hey, I just wanted to ask a question. Last week, I'm frequently on the NOAA checking the weather because I got some trips coming up, and I have a buddy to go fishing with. By the way, I thank you. I've met you and know you, and you sent me a 3/4 day trip on the San Diego about a month ago. But the weather was so junky about a week ago. All the bluefin seemed to dissipate in the small craft advisories, whatnot. Now we're having the good weather again. The water temperature also cooled off like 2 or 3 degrees. Do you foresee with this good weather that fishing will get back good again? Instead of catching rat yellowtail, the bluefin will show up and yellowfin and whatnot, the exotics?
Ken, what's your thought on that?
Well, I think there hasn't been any coverage because of the wind, so they lose track of the fish a little bit. But they're out there today. They're the best there is. They'll find them, and it'll be game on.
Yeah, I'm antsy.
For sure.
I'm antsy right now.
Captain Ryan Boston's
go.
been posting a lot every day on Facebook. If you follow us, the San Diego Sport Fishing, San Diego Sport Boat, or the Sport Boat San Diego on Facebook, he posts, and he said they're seeing a lot of bluefin. I mean, according to Ted Dunn, who runs the commercial pens down in Ensenada for the bluefin, there's 200 miles of bluefin up and down the coast. It's just a matter of time that stuff's going to bite. And the same thing happened last year, right?
And I think you need to keep in mind that it's just May.
Right.
I mean, we if you think back a few years, this bluefin wasn't a thought in May. It's a much later season. So we've had a couple years of early bites on the bluefin, so now we're spoiled and we expected. The fish are out there, but what you need to do is just go get on a boat and catch one.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to cash in. Wait for the cash to come up.
It's time. It's any day is time to go.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for coming down.
One more thing. Do you
ahead.
think the albacore, the water temperature being so cool and the temperature breaks, do you think the albacore?
I'm still going with albacore.
We have to suspend all other talk now on the show. We're going to talk about albacore for another hour and a half.
Yeah. What do you think?
I have some albacore info.
Oh, cool.
A friend of mine that runs a boat out in the middle of the Pacific, he came in last week. On the way in, they caught one albacore 500 miles west of San Diego. So there you go. They're coming.
They're coming. They're on their way. At least one is, right?
Yeah, at least one.
25 years ago, we were nailing me and my dad, but it hasn't been the same. We haven't seen albacore like we did 25 years ago.
But we haven't seen bluefin 25 years ago like we do now.
Yeah.
So it's a trade-off.
Water, and the other thing too that certainly bodes well for albacore is all the anchovy that's around.
Yeah.
And that's what they feed on. That's what the bluefin feed on. Is anchovy stocks are very healthy, according to the Everham brothers.
Well, that's good news. 500 miles, man. I can only wait,
They're coming.
That's it. Hey, thanks for coming down to
Thank
Encinitas
you.
Ford. Appreciate that. Tim from Santee is next up. Tim, step up to that microphone now. You guys both have a chance to win that great pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, the brand new Byron Bay. Really cool pair. Check it out at MauiJim.com.
Thank you very much for having me. I have a very simple question. It's, again, about albacore. I wanted to know how far out you had to go to get albacore, because I've been only taking half-day or one-day trips and not,
I remember when I was a kid and we used to fish for albacore, my dad used to say we had to run 80 miles to catch an albacore, and we'd catch 2, and he'd figure out, each albacore is worth about $500, burning the fuel and stuff like that. But you never know. I mean, we caught them 15 miles last time they were here.
I caught my first albacore with my dad out of Davy Jones' locker on a 3/4-day boat on a 14-mile bank.
Wow.
So, of course, that was the earth was still cooling back then.
So it could be short trips?
Yes.
Okay.
We hope so. We hope so. Mark,
Thank you. That's what
about you?
Well, I saw a south swell working last night, and
Okay.
I see high pressure here, so I think we're getting an early summer.
All
I
right.
hope so.
All right.
And but I think we can debate that one until the cows come home.
Oh, yeah.
And there's bluefin moving in.
No doubt.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, bluefin. You're not going with the albacore thing.
I'm going for bluefin.
Yeah. Your boat's on its way back up from Cabo now,
Yeah,
right?
we got a guy bringing it up right now at Mag Bay.
You're going to be ready to roll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You have a beautiful boat, of course. Latitude adjustment. If you see Mark over at Catalina or local waters, just say hi to him.
57 Michelson Sport Fisher.
Beautiful boat.
Friend and I have that, and we run it up and down to Cabo, leave it down there for the season, then bring it back up here and enjoy the fishing and go to the island. So it's a lot of fun.
Mark is also extremely knowledgeable when it comes to boat maintenance and taking proper care of your boat. I've utilized his expertise quite a bit with my new boat, and he's a wealth of knowledge. So if you have questions about boat maintenance and diesel engines and such like that, he knows a little bit about Ford cars and trucks too. How long have you been doing this?
I have been at Encinitas Ford. September, I will have been here 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Earth was cooling.
Yeah,
I like that.
Earth was still cooling.
And I love it here. It's my only business, and it's because I love Encinitas and I love the customers and the location, and it was just like, well, this just works perfect for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I do this.
How have Ford cars and trucks changed in 30 years?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I get in the Ford business. Our highest fuel economy vehicle was a Ford Pinto with I think it was about 70 horsepower with a 2.3-liter naturally aspirated overhead cam 4-cylinder. It was rated at 17 and 27. Today, and since then, the EPA has modified the fuel economy rating so that they've reduced the 27 is down about 25% highway, and so the new ratings that you see on the cars are actually less aggressive and much closer to reality. The truck I'm driving right now is rated at 17 and 23, and it's a 385 horsepower, 450 pound-feet of torque, crew cab,
Unreal.
4-wheel drive pickup truck.
Wow.
So
that can tow
So
12,000 pounds.
Oh, yeah. And if you take the same rating that we had back in the day, that would be about 21 and 32.
Yeah.
If you're using the same scales. So safety, fuel economy, performance, braking, airbags, 10 airbags on many of our vehicles, 5-star crash ratings, the kind of stuff that, we weren't even possible back in the day. And
a lot's happened in 30 years.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Durability, the maintenance schedules are so much less. Basically it's one of the reasons we can afford to put up a 3-year, 36,000-mile limited maintenance policy for every Let's Talk Hookup listener is that the service schedules are so much lighter than they used to be.
Sure.
Right?
In 3 years.
Yeah.
No care.
Plus the style has improved over a Pinto. I'd say.
I'd say. Quite a bit.
Looks a lot better.
Did you drive a Pinto in the day?
My brother actually had one.
Did he have it?
You know, little history. My uncle, Bill Corwin, had Bill Corwin Ford in Orange.
Oh, wow.
I remember that.
Yeah. So
that was your uncle.
Yeah. So we were a Ford family.
Way back
the
when.
Corwin family was hardcore Ford family.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Roy B., you're next up. He's helping retrieve the lures there for our casting contest. I want to thank Grant again. And we recruited Eddie B. to be the spotter today, too, so sure appreciate that. Good morning, Roy.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Thanks for joining us here.
Question for Ken. Your wet drag reels or wet drag stuff, is there any disadvantage to those?
None.
At all? None.
Zero.
And you can convert, I guess, dry to wet?
We do it with every reel that comes through our shop. We'll leave with wet drags. And wet drags is being it's actually cow's grease that we use on the drag material. Mm-hmm. Most of the reels have some sort of carbon fiber drag material anymore. A lot of the old stuff that doesn't, but all the new products do, and it works perfect with that.
Explain material. For those of us that don't understand what a wet drag is.
We actually put a drag grease on the drag washers themselves, and so what it does, number one, it displaces, because you have protected the drag with that grease. Number one thing it does is it displaces any salt water that's going to get in that drag. It can't get to the drag because of the grease. Salt water is the number one enemy of all your reels, both on the bearings and the drags. So it keeps all the impurities out of the drag system, plus it lets the drag accelerate without any hesitation whatsoever. And because of that, you can fish a higher drag than you normally would, because there is no startup that you can feel. There is no snap on the line as the drag starts.
Okay, that makes sense.
And we've been doing it since day one. We started messing with this. And early on, there was a lot of drag material that the material that the drag was made out of didn't accept some drag grease. But anymore, we make carbon fiber drags for everything. So, yep, it's a dramatic improvement.
So can you
if
take
you have a drag
any reel?
that snaps, any reel.
Any reel.
Any reel.
Convert to a wet drag.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's how you get that butter smooth drag.
Yes.
From Kent's Custom Reels.
That's the place.
If you buy a new reel today from any manufacturer, are they wet drags?
A lot of them are.
They are?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of them have seen the light. Some don't still, but that's okay. We can straighten it out.
When do you know when to service your reel?
Well, on the drag end of things, if there's any hesitation whatsoever, if you put drag on your reel and you pull that line, you should feel the line stretch and the drag should start rolling. If there's any snap or hesitation whatsoever, your drags need service. Yeah, they need to be looked at. On all the lever drag reels that we have today, the thing we see the most is there's a bearing that the pinion gears ride in, and when you put drag on your reel with your lever, if you feel like it gets heavy on the handle to turn, that is a pinion bearing starting to get tight. It's getting salted. And then, of course, on your spool, if it doesn't free spool like crazy, it may just be a matter of cleaning the bearings, or you might have a bearing going bad. It's salt water. I know you guys are the best fishermen we have in Southern California are listening to this program. You can't catch enough fish to wear your reel out. But the salt water in one day can take it out.
And you see that.
Oh, yeah. Salt water's the enemy.
Yeah.
It's your guys' enemy. We love this stuff.
Yeah, so you're in business, for sure.
We wouldn't be too busy if we were in Kansas. So.
Yeah, that's for sure. Roy, thanks for joining us. How'd you do in the casting contest?
Got 2.
All right. Yeah, in there. All right. Okay, well, let's find out what's biting down in the Baja, finally. Now that you've left. Right. It is biting in the Baja. And it's Cast Tours Report. Cast's report is sponsored in part by Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Get the finest fish processing while you wait from your local, your long range, or your private boat trip. They have taken San Diego processing business to new levels with superior service, superior product, and innovations like pre-booking your orders and, of course, the famous Fisherman's Processing Tuna Burger. Friend them on Facebook at Fisherman's Processing. For more details, check fishermansprocessing.com. And Sean from Fisherman's Processing will be with us a week from tomorrow right here on the Mighty 1090. And good morning, Castman.
Buenos dias, Pedro. Good show. And I'll tell you, I love those drags that are like butter, just smooth.
Yeah, we like the butter drag,
like
right?
butter smooth drags. I like that. Anyway, Pete, I didn't get many reports this week. I don't know what happened to my boys. But anyway, I did get a live report yesterday afternoon from Bob Castro. He's staying down at Palmas de Cortez on the East Cape, celebrating his son Bobby's 27th birthday. And I got the family down there and having a great time. And they got there on Monday and fished Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they were fishing. Most of the action has been south of the East Cape area, down toward Fraley's, and then out from there. They're finding some nice tuna down there, 30 to 50-pound fish. If they can get live sardinas, they're scoring them really well on the live sardinas, but they're also the boats have been taking out squid and making chunks, and not only chunking, but also using that for bait, and they're doing really well. I mean, they're just about limits of, like say, 30 to 50-pound tuna, so that's really, really good news. Also, there's a few wahoo in the mix. Striped marlin are there. They seem like they started to pick up, and the bite has been picking up now. And they had a couple of boats got out 40 miles and found the porpoise and just limited on football-sized tuna. So, things are happening, and here we are. We're, coming in the middle of May now, and this is the time that the East Cape kicks off, usually, end of April and then all the way through the summer into the fall into October. But some really good fishing going on, and I just look for it to be better. And like I said, I'm really limited on reports this week, but I did want to announce that Ricky and I have finalized our Christmas Island trip for 2018. We're going to be going the middle of May, and anybody who wants to join Ricky and I on that fabulous, fabulous trip can give me a call at Cast Tours at 800-593-6510, or check us out on the web at www.casttours.com, and I'll talk to you guys next Saturday.
Wow, that's such a great trip. So Rick's going to host that trip along with you, Castman, and that's in the middle of May of 2018. If you haven't been to Christmas Island, it's a must-go trip, and it's so reasonable too. Still reasonable?
Oh yeah, like I said, it's it's $2,600, and that's a full week there at the lodge. 6 days of guided fishing, your meals, lodging, ground transfers, and it's like I said, it's a wonderful, wonderful paradise.
Yeah, great spot.
Like I said, we've got our next trip this coming June that we've sold out, and we should have a great time on that. And of course, I'll give you guys a live fish report when we get back from that trip. But anyway,
fantastic.
I'll talk to you guys next Saturday.
All right, Castman, appreciate that report. We'll talk to you next Saturday. We're live here at Encinitas Boulevard and El Camino, Encinitas Ford. Take the Encinitas Boulevard exit this morning. There's an event going on over in Manchester.
Yeah,
if you're
it's
coming
real
from the
easy
south.
to get here.
Yeah.
Just take the 5 north or south Encinitas Boulevard and go east.
Go east, and you can't miss us. You'll see the Mighty 1090 band and the Mighty 1090 tent right out in the front corner there, along with surrounded by incredible Ford cars and trucks like this Ford Raptor over here.
I've got your name on that.
Tell us about that truck.
So take an F-150, send it out to or a competitive make, and send it out to your local four-wheel drive shop, and spend $60,000, $70,000 on it. You can't get close to a Raptor, because the Raptor's all done with Ford engineering and wider. I can't even explain how good it is. It's a Baja-ready truck right off the showroom floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're hard to find. I can't believe you have one in stock.
I've got 4 of them in stock.
4 of them?
Not long, though.
Yeah.
And they have a little higher performance EcoBoost system on them, 450 horsepower, 450 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed automatic. We 2 years ago, we went to the aluminum body, which has been unbeatable because it took 700 pounds out of the weight of the truck. And weight is your enemy, so you have to accelerate it, just like with drags, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so weight's your enemy, so we take 700 pounds out of the weight of a truck. It goes faster, it burns less fuel, it stops better, it turns better. it performs better, and it actually has higher capacity of payload and towing because you're not towing around this big old fat thing, this heavy thing. It's lighter, and it's unbelievable. But you have to drive one. I've got a new one for you when you drop off your Transit Connect. You're going to be driving one, and then you're going to come and going to go.
I want one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Deal. I'll check that out. Now you have F-150s for loaner trucks here.
Yes.
If you bring it in for service and they're available, you actually have a brand new fleet of F-150s.
Yeah, it makes sense because we got a lot of truck buyers. How many of your listeners drive trucks?
Yeah, how many drive trucks? Yeah.
So everybody drives a truck. All the cool people drive trucks.
That's right.
And so when you come in, and if you need a truck, then we have trucks so that our customers can continue with their
Now
work.
I know your angle on this.
Angle?
You get them in that you get them in that new F-150, and they go, whoa.
The thought never crossed.
Oh, I get it. All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to take more of your step up to the mic questions, more from Mr. Mark Wheeler and Ken Corwin, Ken's Custom Reels, more of your phone calls, and lots more going on here at Encinitas Ford. Come on down. Plenty of time to win some great prizes and qualify for those 2 great grand prizes we're giving away, too, here live at Encinitas Ford. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Rock Cod Rick here for West Coast Marine and Parker Boats. You see them all over Southern California waters. Parker Boats at the launch ramp, the offshore islands. You wake up in the morning on an overnight trip and there they are. Parker Boats of all size fishing in the same area as the sporties. There's a good reason for it. Fishability and seaworthiness. Of all the boats out there, my boat partner and I chose to get a brand new 25 Parker center console from Kevin Kelly and the gang at West Coast Marine, and I could not be happier. Wow, what a fishing machine. Parker Marine builds a heavy-duty, industrial-strength boat, probably overbuilt, but that's why so many 4- and 6-pack charters choose to operate Parkers. We thank the guys at Pinnacle Sport Fishing, Season Sport Fishing, One-Man Charters, Black and Blue Sport Fishing for their confidence in Parker boats. Take it from me, if you are ready for a new Parker at a fair, upfront, and honest deal, you need to see Kevin Kelly at West Coast Marine, located at 1555 Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa, or check out their inventory and information at westcoastmarine.com.
It's time to talk about great product from Shimano and that new Tranx. It's unbelievable. Tranx 300, 400. It's out and it's available at tackle stores everywhere now. The 400 I know has been very, very difficult, but they're here. The HG is really an amazing reel, as well as the 300A. They feature the X-Chip technology along with HEG. Massive cranking power and smooth, effortless retrieve. Perfect for throwing big baits, catching big fish. Plus that new Core Power water-resistant technology. You know, you heard Ken talk about saltwater, man. That Core Power protection really is amazing. And it makes it long-last and in the harshest of saltwater environments. So check it out. You fill it with Max Quattro Power Pro, and you've got an amazing, amazing casting machine there. The Tranx 300 and 400 now available at your local Shimano dealer.
He's not just my fishing buddy. After 30 years, he's a brother, and I'd sure hate to lose him. His bass boat's got nothing to do with it. So I make sure both of us wear a life jacket. Save the ones you love, even if they don't own a fancy boat. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
The Sport Fishing Association of California is taking a leadership role to broaden the fishing opportunities for Southern California anglers. And Saturday, June 3rd, Pete Gray will be traveling to Loreto in Baja California Sur with the president of SAC, Captain Ken Franke, and his staff to host a live broadcast in the marina area of central Loreto. The broadcast will feature some key personnel from Mexico Fisheries and help strengthen the ties with the sport fishing fleet in Southern California and Mexico. They will also discuss the great fishing opportunities available in Loreto. SAC's mission is to promote tourism through marine recreation and educational activities while protecting ocean resources. While working together with Mexico, we can show our care for the resources both at home and across the border. Tune in Saturday, June 3rd for a very special live Let's Talk Hookup broadcast from Loreto, Mexico with the Sport Fishing Association of California. Check CaliforniaSportFishing.org.
Fifth Avenue Insurance has a new name. It's Snap Insurance, still providing anglers and boaters with the best in boat insurance and the lowest rates. The experts at Snap Insurance will make sure your boat and property are covered right. Traveling to Mexico? Snap has you covered. You can even work with your agent to wrap your home and auto with your boat policy to save even more. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Snap Insurance, 800-527-6617 or snapins.com. That's SNAPPINS.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
The best Major League Baseball coverage is right here.
Deep and very gone. A blast to left field.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here, along with Mark Wheeler from Encinitas Ford, Ken Corwin, Ken's Custom Reels. We're live at Encinitas Ford, our very first San Diego County Ford dealers live remote broadcast with the first of 4 this year. Looking forward to every single one of them. But this one has a little special place because Mark and I have been buddies for decades, shall we say, right?
Yeah.
And
a long time's better.
And bought a lot of Ford cars and trucks from Mark, and they always do it right here at Encinitas Ford. Your guys are here smiling and ready to take people on test drives. You want to test that new Raptor or any of the now that lease deal, the $199,
right?
That's on the which car?
Well, there's 2 cars right here, right next to us. The Fusion, the 2017 Ford Fusion SE with Tech Package, and it's got features like you can't believe. It includes 10-way power driver seats, integrated blind spot mirrors, manual fold-down mirrors, 17-inch premium aluminum wheels, reverse sensing system, dual zone AC. So it's not a stripped car by any stretch.
For $199 a month.
$199 a month, no drive off, 36-month, 10,500-mile-a-year lease on approved credit. Okay, you got through that. It's unbelievable. All you have to do is pay the license fee. You drive off. It's $199 a month plus tax, and you can get 2 different engine options. You can get the 2.5 or the 1.5-liter EcoBoost with 6-speed automatic transmission.
Jeez.
Or you can go with the Escape SE, which is also well equipped, and you can get that with 2 engines, and you've got like 8 or 10 airbags, 17-inch wheel, aluminum alloy wheels, power ports, vanity mirrors, floor mats, all this stuff. It's a $26,000 vehicle. Write a check for a license fee. And you pay $199 a month plus tax.
For 3 years.
For 3 years.
No tax.
You really, the math comes out, you really only pay, because your first payment's paid by the manufacturer, you only pay 35 payments over 36 months.
Gee.
So,
what's wrong with that? Yeah. And how long are those deals going through?
Well, what we did this year is we ordered more because we had a lot of our employees come in and get them.
Yeah.
And it kind of pulled them all off the shelf. So now we got tons of them on the shelf. So, and this is our preview weekend, so come down, take a look, take a test drive. If it works for you, we can reserve them and get them all ready to go for you for the big sell-a-thon starting Friday.
Sarah Lee, thanks for joining us here at Encinitas Ford.
Well, we always like to come, and thank you again for having us. Do you think with the warmer weather, the Dorado will come a little earlier?
What do you think, guys? Dorado coming this year?
Bring us the warm water, and the Dorado come.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens with warm water this year. You know, they said that El Nino's gone. We're in the normal pattern. Do we get Dorado in a normal pattern in the fall, Ken?
Yeah, eventually they
Yeah.
Because a couple of weeks ago it was like 80 degrees, 90 degrees.
I know. But the water cooled down here the last couple weeks. The wind blew, but it's normal, you know. Normal is good. We like normal, right?
And it's May, so they're a ways off.
Everybody. Yeah. Do you find in your shop that everybody gets antsy this time of the year?
Absolutely.
It's like May, early June. It's like everybody wants it now.
Well, you go to the Fred Hall shows, so that gets you all jacked up to go fishing by itself, whether there's anything going on or not. And then this year, gosh, even in March they were catching some bluefin. So March,
you missed one
April.
important thing. You listen to Let's Talk Hookup, and then what happens?
Yeah, then we'll let you know when it's time to go, right? Yeah, no doubt about it. Sarah Lee, thanks for joining us this morning.
The people who collect... catch the first Dorado, you want to make an announcement on the radio.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll let you know, for sure. Thank you, Sarah Lee. Dave. All right. Thanks. Dave Roti, you're next up. Dave from Poway. There's Dave. Thanks for coming down, Dave. Nice shirt. Got that Let's Talk Sport and that Let's Talk Hookup shirt.
Got to represent.
Looking good.
Mark, I bought a 2014 Ford Fusion right here 2 years ago at Let's Talk Hookup.
I remember you, Dave. How are you?
Good. Like that car.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Ken,
Yes.
I don't know if this question's been asked because I can't hear where we're standing and talking, but how did you get in the business?
Well, I was actually a commercial plumber in my earlier life, and I had some injuries to my hands. They told me I needed to find something else to do. I had nothing else to do, so I always messed around with my reels, my family's reels, my friends' reels, and I could never find parts here in San Diego. It seemed like it was always a project to find anything to be able to work on reels. So I thought, well, maybe that's something. It's San Diego. Everybody fishes.
Absolutely.
So because I had nothing else to do, I decided to try a reel repair service. And it's taken a while for it to build, but it's kind of a monster now. So it's fun. Fun. Nothing I ever set out to do in my life, and I'm sure glad my life turned this direction because, I got to deal with fishermen every day. It doesn't get any better than that.
How'd you find Wes?
Well, when I first started, Wes was, like I said earlier, president of the Vista High School Fishing Club, and he came to the shop and asked me if I would come and speak to their club about how to take care of your reels. So after we did that, he said, hey, if you ever need help, keep me in mind. So at the time, I didn't, I was kicking down 3 or 4 reels a week, so I really didn't need much help. And but once I moved to the harbor, it started getting busier, and so Wes stopped in one day. I said, hey, let me talk to your mom and dad and see if we can't work something out, because he was still in high school at the time. So
that's cool.
So he would, in the lighthouse, we were in the lighthouse at that time. We had an upstairs, we built a bench up there, so Wes would take the reels apart and clean them, put them back in the bag and bring them down to me, and I would assemble them, and that's how he got started. So by taking them apart and seeing every piece, he became real familiar with all the reels at the time. And now, he does. He's one of a kind, I'll tell you.
Wow,
absolutely,
he is one of a kind.
Yeah, you both are. Thanks for what you do.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's a valuable service to the whole fishing community, and we love it.
I get all the credit, but Wes does all the work. So
I've heard you give him credit too. You both are an asset to the community.
Well,
Thanks.
thank you very much. We love it. We love what we do.
All right. And nailed it in the basket there. Our casting contest in full swing there. Congratulations. That's cool. 2 points for the man up there. Thank you very much, Dave. Appreciate you coming down to Encinitas Ford.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks, Dave.
Right. Hey, I hate to do this in front of Mark Wheeler because I know I'm going to get a hard time, and I'm going to do a little backpedaling here and talk about threshers for a second, because I was a bit harsh with a caller last week, Doug in Claremont, and I took a lot of heat for that. But so I am sorry to Doug, and but I'm doing a little splaining here. And we'll see if Mark here. So anyway, I don't have a problem with those that enjoy fishing for threshers. They're great game fish, and if you use heavy tackle, I'm talking heavy tackle, 130-pound test, not 80-pound test. I'm talking heavy towns, and you can land those threshers quickly. I don't have an issue with that person that wants to do that. And if you want to keep one for food per boat, I don't have a problem with that, too, because they are good-eating fish. But these animals are very, very different than fish. They are not fish. They have generally one pup a year, if at best one pup a year, rather than breeding thousands and thousands of eggs every time they breed and such. So that's all sharks are very vulnerable, and especially now when they're kind of in their pupping season. That's why they're so easy to catch. They're easy targets. They're very, very easy targets. So that makes them very, very vulnerable. So we promote fishing here on Let's Talk Hookup, and I would never deny anybody from fishing and wanting to go fishing. And I encourage anglers to do whatever they want to do, but be conscious of preserving the future, especially on a very vulnerable game fish like this. Now, I did reach out to our friend Chugi Sepulveda from the pier, from Pier in Oceanside there. Chugi's a good friend I know of yours, Ken, and they do a lot of study with threshers, and he agrees with what I'm saying is that like most sharks, the shark stocks are highly vulnerable and easily exploited. This is what Chugi said. And we need to be extra careful on our harvesting practices. He also recommends that people take a self-imposed limit of 1 shark per vessel per season. 1 shark per vessel per season. Now, keep in mind, if you don't use heavy tackle, generally speaking, you're going to hook these in the tail, and they're going to die. So if you hook them in the tail and you get rid of the boat quickly, you can release them safely, and it happens all the time. So if you're catching several sharks, please be sure that you use heavy tackle. The other thing that Chugi recommends is to only harvest males over females whenever possible. Very easy to tell a male versus a female by flipping them over, right? The flappers in the back, right, Ken?
Yeah.
The females have larger, what would you call those, caudal fins?
Yeah, it's obvious when you roll
down
them over.
Near
you cannot miss it.
The tail, they have large caudal fins. And especially all the larger sharks, the 300-pound and over, are all females. And those are the most protection because those are the ones that are the biggest breeders and the best breeders. So again, my recommendations as well as what Pierce says, it's okay to harvest 1 per vessel, but we need to be responsible about our thresher harvest. So that's and I apologize again for being a little harsh about that, but I just want to be clear that I don't harvest threshers, I don't target threshers, I don't target any sharks, I don't fish. That's my personal belief, that's my personal thing. But again, I don't have a problem with anybody out there wanting to target, but do it responsibly.
One of the attractions of that fishery has been that's for us in Southern California that may not get to travel to where there are very large game fish.
Right.
This is one tough fish that you can do some battle with on heavy gear. So you can keep it or not, but I think that's always been the attraction. It's not a 25-pound yellowtail. It's a 300-pound fish.
It's a big fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So do it responsibly, and then we'll have that fish for the future is the message there. Hey, live at Encinitas Ford, we're here with Mark and Ken, and more of your phone calls, more of your step up to the mics coming up here. This is Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California's sport fishing voice, live from Encinitas Ford on the Mighty 1090.
This is Chelsea from Dana Landing in Mission Bay. We are truly the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Looking for a fishing charter? Dana Landing has you covered with the Blackjack. Perfect up to 4 anglers, or the Impulse up to 6 anglers in comfort and style. Dana Landing has a huge tackle shop with everything you need to go fish bay bass, tuna, or marlin, and our staff will dial you in. We even have Mexican and California fishing licenses and reel repair. Our deli at Dana Landing is a local's favorite with all the food, ice, and beverages you need. Hey, need freshwater tackle? Head to East County Bait and Tackle, the ultimate in rods and reels, the latest freshwater lures and live bait. ECBT has a staff second to none when it comes to sharing their passion for fishing. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview and Lakeside, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay. Check out danalanding.com for more details.
Let's talk candidly about long-range fishing. This is Captain Frank DePresti of the Royal Polaris and the Shogun. Nowhere on Earth will you find a fleet of long-range boats like we have in San Diego. We are fortunate to have several top-notch operations to take you to the most productive fishing grounds in the world. We all offer good food, comfortable staterooms, huge bait capacity, and top-of-the-line fish-finding electronics. So why would you choose the Royal Polaris or the Shogun for your next long-range trip? What sets us apart from the rest? It's pretty simple. The boats, the crew, and the service. From the moment you arrive at Fisherman's Landing, the service begins. We help you load your gear and do everything possible to get beginners or seasoned veterans ready to catch fish. When it's time to fish, the Royal Polaris and the Shogun have the edge there too, delivering the two best fishing platforms in the fleet. But don't take my word for it. Come fishing with us. If you want the best, it's Royal Polaris and the Shogun. For more information, call 619-226-8030 or on the web at royalpolarissportfishing.com or shogunsportfishing.com.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
Rancho Leonero was awarded the Certificate of Excellence from TripAdvisor for 4 straight years. Especially interesting, most hotels are just hotels, and most people stay in the hotel and go do their activities elsewhere. Rancho Leonero, of course, provides fishing, diving, all activities, all meals, your whole vacation. So the fact that we're so highly rated, we're very proud of it. From picking you up at the airport to dropping you off, literally everything is turnkey from there. We make it as easy as we can for you at the ranch. From your meals to whether you're going to go fishing or diving or just hang out by the pool. When you're coming to Rancho Leonero, you are coming to John Ireland's home. I guarantee the best fishing vacation experience in all of Baja. It's unique. There's nowhere that I could think of to get the same experience that you get at Rancho Leonero. Our new reservation phone number is 800-646-2252, 646-BAJA, and rancholeonero.com. It's really unique. It is. We're very proud of it.
XEPRF 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
Jim Rome, weekday mornings at 9 on San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Pete here. I was fortunate enough to use the new Simrad NSS Evo 2 touchscreen chart plotter and sonar unit on my boat this summer and fall. And let me say, it's truly incredible. With an easy-to-use tablet-style interface that's fresh but familiar, the new Simrad NSS Evo 2 combines a multi-touch screen with push-to-select rotary dial for precision control and speedy response. As for marking schools of tuna, yellowtail, and more, it's the best. You run over a school, and there they are in full color and high definition. The new NSS Evo 2 built-in sonar technology, including chirp and structure scan, can't be beat. I recently added the Simrad AP24 autopilot to my system. I've had other autopilots before, but I can tell you this one is simple, sensitive, and accurate. It integrates with my Simrad NSS Evo 2. I set a waypoint, touch the screen, and the boat steers to that spot. There's a lot more to the new Simrad NSS Evo 2 system and AP24 autopilot I'd like to tell you, but best just go to your local Simrad dealer or see simrad-yachting.com for more details.
Everyone likes special treatment, kind of feel like a VIP. Well, that's how our listeners are treated at Poway Valley Collision. I have personally heard of several stories of how well our friends Jim and Mary take care of their customers that we sent them. Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them today, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And listen to this. Our listeners get a special discount that can save you hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. Just tell them you listen to the show and you get the deal. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, Wawanesa, and more. Just bring your car or truck to them and let Poway Valley Collision do the rest. I have had my truck repaired at Poway Valley Collision and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision. Tell them you listen to Let's Talk Hookup and they'll save you money on your repair. Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
Spring fishing is finally here. Will it be another banner season? Will it even be better than last year? Will it cool off? Who knows? Fishing is one thing that's impossible to predict. But when it comes to trucks, it's easy to predict who's going to be number one. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for the last 40 years in a row. Today's Ford trucks combine legendary toughness and state-of-the-art technology, giving you the best of both worlds. That's called being California smart. Ford has put it all together with the F-150 STX package. These trucks are nicely equipped with an EcoBoost engine, hands-free system controls, a reverse-sensing camera, 20-inch wheels, and a lot more. All at a price you're going to love. Now, I can't always predict what the fish are going to do, but I can predict that Ford is going to be on the top once again with trucks like the 2017 F-150 STX package. It's California smart. Stop by your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook